Alrighty, here we are on Ohana. In the top left-hand corner from Team SCV Life, the current reigning champion of Fight Club. I'm sure you guys all know him just as well as we do. It is HyuN in the red. His opponent spawning in the bottom right-hand corner from the team StarTale, the Soul Train Protoss. Guys, it's PartinG in the blue. This is going to be an interesting match. You know, we were talking a lot about the fact that PartinG pretty much, I mean, I think it's his last 4 GSL matches. He's gone for Immortal Sentry plays, and they've always worked. They've worked incredibly. It really doesn't even matter like what people do, if he has to wait till 130 supply and 11.5 minutes to attack and make it work, or if he hits right away, you know, at 9:45 and just kills them. It just always seems to function. Okay, we've got a 10 pool.
Yes. So all builds and what you thought you were going to do out the window. HyuN is 10 pooling, and he always throws this in at least once in a long best of series. Always. And this is going to be no exception. Getting himself a couple of drones. He's obviously doing the 10 pool version that he likes to do with the double extractor trick. Make sure he has a nice economy. Tries to pressure early. What's
PartinG's going Nexus first.
Yeah.
He dropped the pylon, didn't probe scout. And this is actually, I was really surprised in game 1 that PartinG didn't go Nexus first, because he almost always does. Even in his best of ones, when he's like playing for Team League or up and down matches, I think it was the up and down matches, he opened Nexus first. He almost always does. Now he's going to die.
It looks like, well, we'll find out. But yeah, no, it looks like in game number 1 he had intended to, but he had brought his pro back really weird, and it was just kind of goofy and kind of threw off his build at the beginning.
Yeah.
That being the case, Forge is on the way, but so are 8 Lings. Actually popping out right now, heading across the map for HyuN. So it's going to be a while because we still have the build time left on the Forge, as you can see, about 35 seconds left, 30 seconds left now. And of course, you've got the Photon Cannon, which takes about 1.5 years. And all the while, PartinG, see how early he catches these.
He didn't see them with the Xel'Naga Tower, so he loses about 5 seconds of reaction. Now he sees them. That was so close.
Well, he's got to full wall this up at the front. He doesn't have a choice, and or he may just, let's see. No, he's pulling everything off the line right now.
All right, well, there's not even a cannon constructing here. He has no gateway on the way. He's got nothing. There's no pylon in his main as well. He's going to take some serious damage. HyuN definitely could win it right here. I mean, just in the number of probes that could possibly go down.
And it looks like he's going to prioritize the cannon. No. How many workers has he killed already? 4 of them. But he's not killed the cannon, and that is actually kind of a problem. There's more Zerglings that are heading across the map right now, trying to pick up on additional probes. PartinG thus far actually has done a pretty decent job of holding off these Zerglings, I have to say. He's still up by 4 workers. He's up a base, and didn't take near as much damage as I had anticipated.
Well, all right. Here's the thing now. There's no gateway started at all.
Right.
So these Zerglings are going to deny an incredible amount of mining just by being on the map and running around in circles. Let's see if PartinG... Oh, he gets 2 of them! That is so huge! Oh, wow. StarTale PartinG making huge plays there and taking down 2 Zerglings. Getting 2. I mean, this is done. This is over. PartinG with an incredible play, Kevin.
That was pretty remarkable, I have to say, because now he's his income's going to be flowing once again. He's going to get this gateway up here in a second. He's going to have it well protected. He's probably going to need a second Photon Cannon because this can't actually reach the front, and roaches could play havoc with the amount of stuff that's actually up there. Regardless of that fact, though, he shut that down pretty efficiently, and I have to say, PartinG really impressive there.
You know, his gateway is so late right now, though.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
HyuN is, I mean, he's at 23 supply. He's got 2 queens on the field. He's got his 3rd hatchery on the way. And the thing is, like, HyuN has so much time now because typically, you know, your Cyber Core is already done at this point. You're starting Warp Gate tech.
But he's
just starting his gateway.
Like, yes, but, you know, HyuN at this point obviously would have a lot more on the map, too, but PartinG, he did such an efficient job with actually holding off that harassment that he's not that economically deterred at this point, and he can actually make a lot of this ground up, I mean, because of how slow his opponent's going to be getting his tech, too. So I'm not saying that it was awesome and that, you know, PartinG is like, yay, I have my gateway delayed for so long, but I think he came out of that about as good as he could have anticipated.
Yeah, you know what, that's a great way to word it. It's really just like, HyuN would be glad to trade 6 Lings for 4 probes in the early game. It's like, okay, I'll take that trade. But on top of the trading 6 Lings for 4, he also delayed a lot of mining time, stopped a gateway. There were also a lot of other advantages there. But yeah, I mean, PartinG's not out of this by any means. He's just, well, going to lose the probe, but scouts the 3rd, sees that that's on the field, and that's going to be nice for him. We can see that HyuN's now getting his gases, so he'll start teching any minute.
And looks like now HyuN has perfect vision of what his opponent is doing as far as the multiple assimilators coming up, and So he's got a pretty good hold on things. +1 was started before Warp Gate, so could indicate a bit of aggression here in a bit, but, you know, we don't exactly have the prevalence of just the quick 4 gate or anything like that that we used to put on pressure onto a Zerg third. Looks like it's just going to be the robotics facility being
Yeah, it
constructed.
is, with the Stalker, with +1. We're going to be waiting for either a Twilight Council here to go up. All right, Twilight Council goes down, so that makes it kind of likely that PartinG wants to expand. I mean, this is what we see. If you're going for the Immortal Sentry play, you don't want to waste gas, time, anything on the Twilight Council, really.
Right.
I mean, it's really important to get out your 3 Immortals, get as much gas into sentries as possible, get that Warp Prism and make the push. In this circumstance, he's getting the Twilight Council, makes it a lot more likely that he's going to expand. He's kind of just diversifying into different tech routes right now.
Yeah, I agree with you, too. I mean, and he's going to have a lot of flexibility. You mentioned the diversifying, but I mean, as soon as he gets a read on what his opponent is up to, he'll have a lot of flexibility to switch between tech routes, especially because he's still on 44 probes. Has he cut? No, still Chrono boosting those out at a good pace. He's got +2, he's got Blink, he's got really everything he needs in place here very soon. And we'll see how aggressive he wants to be, or whether he's going to sit back, play passive, and just start to move out towards a third, which he is already breaking down the destructible rocks.
Yeah, and he's going for the Observers. So, I mean, the Observers get in there, you get information, you see what your opponent's doing, and then you make sure, like, oh, okay, Blink was a good decision, or, oh my god, I have a Roche Hydral incoming. You drop cannons and just try to survive. So, I mean, it's important that PartinG's getting his information here, and he's going to be able to make the right choices now.
Nothing really out of the ordinary, though, from HyuN. He's getting all of his relevant upgrades, Galera Constitution, Metabolic Boost, +1 missile attacks. He's got his macro hatch, so HyuN has quite a bit of flexibility, too, but, of course, a little bit slower on gas number 3 and 4, so he's going to have a little bit more limited tech options available, but he will certainly have the ability to pressure a very strong all-in, but that's not really what's coming out of PartinG at the moment. He's going to his third, he's going to sit back, he's going to tech up. HyuN looks like he gets a read on this, though, and he's going to put down his infestation pit.
Yeah, this is really nice out of HyuN, of course. Being able, actually, I don't know if the Overlord can actually see the rocks. Was it able to? Either way, he sees the third now. So.
Yeah, I don't think he had
I mean, they're still there on his field, so.
Yep.
Either way, HyuN, getting the read. He drops his 4th down, and he's teching up a lot during all of this, so. I'm just curious to see if PartinG is going to actually go for Colossi. It's not something a lot of times he just is content to just sit on 3 bases and work his way towards Archon Splash Tech and things like that, but yeah, I mean, HyuN, I don't know. HyuN doesn't mind making lots of roaches, lots of infestors.
Yeah, but HyuN doesn't do things halfway, so he's not the kind of guy who's going to be like, okay, well, I guess it's this stage. I'm going to make a couple of infestors and tech a little bit. No, he's like, am I making infestors? 1 billion infestors. Am I making Broodlords? Here's 1,000.
That's what we had the other day, 37, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Infestors.
HyuN doesn't do things halfway. That's not his style. He's like, HyuN aggression, HyuN smash, and then he just throws things at you. So
no coincidence there on other 4-letter
no,
words
of course
beginning
not.
with H and having a U in them. And
yeah, HyuN smash.
That was pretty.
Thank you. All right, so
there it is.
A lot of gateways out now. Let's actually see how many he's going up to. It's going to be a total of 8 more. No, just the 2 that are morphing in right now. So things are looking pretty predictable. Colossus tech is going to be on the way soon, but you know, I mean, he could have other uses for the robotics bay. Just again, offers him more flexibility.
So looking at economy right now, 82 workers for HyuN. He's sitting so comfortably. I mean, in what game are you sitting on saturated 4 base and you have no military to speak of, and all of a sudden 60 Zerglings, multiple infestors? Well, he's starting upgrades pretty late, actually. One detriment we could say about HyuN's position right now.
That's always been his style, though, you know? I mean, he always gets his upgrades a little bit late, and it has actually kicked him in the rear a couple of times.
Yep.
It's not often, but every once in a while, usually he can just out-aggress you by then or tech up high enough that the upgrades aren't mattering so much because your units are just that much more cost-effective anyway. Looks like this Observer picks up perfectly on his Changelings, and they're getting sniped out by a Sentry. Good job, Sentry.
All right, well, a lot of Zerglings on the field right now. No Colossi to speak of yet. There is one on the way, and Extended Thermal Lances is about 1/3 of the way done. +3 also on the way for PartinG. He's looking in a pretty, not as bad of a position as I would have expected, honestly.
Now, HyuN's got a kind of a weird situation because he's prioritizing those later upgrades. I'm not saying he can't afford for PartinG to get anything else in place, but PartinG's double producing Colossi right now. This man's going to have a staggering army here in just a bit. And if HyuN decides to kind of just wait it out, he's going to be in a pretty pickle. But if he decides to move now, he's got not very cost-efficient units that are on 2 upgrade deficit. So now that the upgrades have hit, he's more in mind to actually start teching up. So I don't know. I feel just very uncomfortable with HyuN's position at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he just pretty much maxed out on Corruptors. He's got 10 of them. He started, of course, the Spire and the Hive at the same time, so Broodlords are only a moment away here, but yeah, 10 Corruptors going to be on the way, so HyuN's going to need to ditch some of these Zerglings because he's maxed out. I mean, he can't make any Broodlords at the moment. I am surprised that he's going for +2... Oh, okay. Starts up the +2 melee. I was like, +2 Carapace without the melee, and you're going for Broodlords. I am perplexed, but yeah, HyuN, I mean, he does need to attack here because he's got to clean up some supply, but it's not a bad idea to wait for a little more gas.
It looks like he's waiting for the Corruptors to join up so he at least has a fighting chance against these Colossi. There's already a lot of them out there, I have to say. I mean, we've got 3 on the field, we've got 2 more in construction, there's already a good number of Immortals down there, so PartinG's got a very effective army, not just being a large army, but a pretty cool one at that. Oh! These Colossi, though, get caught out in the open. One of them falls very quickly. Another Fungal Growth actually hits the ones up at the top. Nothing really coming in from the back for PartinG. This is a decent position for his units to be, but it does allow the Corruptors to very quickly pick off that Colossus up at the top. That being said, though, we see HyuN just going after another 84 links, not reserving anything at the moment for those Broodlords.
Yeah, you know, he's got to replace that ground army, wants to maintain the gas, so he doesn't want to max out on Roaches right now. There's still a lot of Stalkers on the field, and he says, okay, I can attack this again, then I can morph my Broods. But PartinG, sensing something, starts moving out across the map, and this is the best thing that PartinG could do in this position. If he were to sit back and let another engagement happen, he's going to lose another half of his army, and then we have 14 Broodlords on the field. So here we go, PartinG going to try to make something happen.
Okay, well, the Corruptors duck back in. A few of them are low health, but it doesn't really matter. Great force fields! Oh my god, the Colossi just sit at the back and start tearing away at the Zerglings there. Yes, they fall to the Corruptors, but it allows PartinG to pretty cost-effectively deal with the rest of the units here. He limits the amount of Corruptors, and now HyuN's in that situation where he just has to make emergency units, and he has the money to make a bunch of Roaches and Lings, but that's not what you want at this stage.
Oh, no, not at all. HyuN wanted to remax on Lings, save up more gas, attack, and then make, you know, all those Broods, but now he doesn't have the time. He's got to defend this 4th base. We see only 2 Broodlords currently on the way for TSL HyuN. Nice fungal growth, though, coming out of our red Zerg player. He managed to clean up a lot of forces on the left there, but he's looking like he might have to abandon this 4th, Kevin.
All right, well, the Infestors are dying here. Yeah, the 4th is going down. As soon as that does, yes, HyuN has a backup hatchery off to the left-hand side, but he's not going to be able to use it. He's already losing all of the workers that were sitting up here at the front to begin with. The Immortal with 15 kills sitting in the front doesn't even care that it's more exposed. There's the victory blink as PartinG just gets on top of all of HyuN's units, able to pick off those Broodlords very quickly before they're able to get away and reposition. And ladies and gentlemen, looks like PartinG is going to tie up this set.
Oh, HyuN is still sitting on 1,800 gas. He had 1,500 minerals as well. What a terrible way to go down as a Zerg with so much money but no way to spend it. Yeah, TSL HyuN looking at that's just got to be incredibly frustrating.
Yeah, you just can't afford to spend the 50 seconds to make Infestors. Yeah, there's 13 of them that are coming up right now, but guess what's going to happen in the next 35 seconds? PartinG's going to roll up and kill another base, Greater Spire, and pretty much all the tech that HyuN has available to him.
HyuN's Lings, he just lost like a quarter of his Lings right there. I mean, he has to wait for these Infestors to pop to stand any chance. He needs to maintain his ground forces. All right, it's about to happen. The Infestors are about to pop, guys. The Ling's going to come in from the back. You're going to see fungal growths go down. We'll see if HyuN can do it. No, he actually, PartinG pulls out for a second there. Lets the Infestors gather up. That's pretty nice for HyuN.
Oh, misses fungal growth number 1, though. Hopefully you'll be able to hit the subsequent ones. Looks like the Infestors are just diving directly on top of the Stalkers, and fungal growth can be pretty good, guys, but against that many forces, it's not going to be enough. HyuN goes down. PartinG ties up the set 1-1.
Wow.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah. So much soul.
What if they got a draw next game?
Yes. And be 1-1-1. This guy. Anyway, guys, that was game number 2. Looks like PartinG has tied things up. We're going to move to game number 3 in a second. A couple of reminders for all the new viewers who are just checking us out, though. As we're not actually going to have Fight Club next week. Leonok is the next scheduled opponent. He'll play the winner of this in a few weeks, because next week it's Thanksgiving. The week after that, we've got, well, IPL 5. You know, it's this cool event you guys may have heard of. And then the week after that, we'll all be flying back from Vegas and drunk, so it'll probably be the one after that. So we are going to run to a quick commercial break. While you're away, enter to win one of 5 prize packages from the IPL at IGN.com/IPL giveaways. Again, that's IGN.com/IPL giveaways. We're giving away 5 prize packages. Each prize package has 2 IPL swag bags and 2 VIP tickets. Prize package is valued at about $800 per package. So
Get you and a friend.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're giving away like
there.
$4,000 of prizes right now. So head over to IGN.com/IPL giveaways. Open to U.S. residents only. We are going to run to a commercial break, and when we get back, it's time for game number 3.